School assemblies are a great break from the normal day-to-day mundane class schedule, and it's usually a fun time seeing the teachers perform a circus freak show for an hour to keep the students entertained. After seeing some clips of some really good school assemblies, it reminded me of how boring my school assemblies were. For the most part, me and my friends would just sit on the top corner of the bleachers, be on our phones, sending the top quality, thought-provoking memes to the group chat. At one point, I would see kids bring their Nintendo Switches and just have a whole Smash and Mario Kart tournaments. And y'all already know how the assembly goes. They have the usual sports activity where they have teachers versus students, musical chairs, and then ending it off with a poorly edited PSA breaking down the acronym for what it means to be a good student. Like, we had the word strong, S meaning studious, T for tough, R for rigorous, O for on time, so on and so forth. I don't know if everyone had something like this, but my school certainly did. But some of y'all assemblies were crazy, bro. Like, what is this? Out of the 5 or so assemblies that I went to all throughout high school, I don't remember a single one of them. The assemblies weren't terrible, but they weren't good either. But more so, it was a time waster. But my only gripe with these assemblies is that they cut into our lunchtime. We would have roughly like 25-ish minutes of lunchtime until we got a clock into the next can of the day. Until the point of my sophomore year that we realized that you can skip these assemblies entirely and no one would care. Well, technically we're not supposed to skip it, but I'll get into it later on this video. So skip is what we did. Me and my group had a rendezvous meetup point, look out for any teachers and security, and we were out. And since the assemblies were like an hour or so long, that was plenty of time to go out and eat anywhere we wanted to. We had so much time that we pretty much had these mini field trips. We can literally go anywhere we want to right now. Where do you want to go? How about Ohio? If I hear another Ohio this, Ohio that, only in Ohio, I will skin you alive. So I will ask you again, where do you want to go? I remember one particular day, it was an assembly day, and me and my friends skip and go out to eat to Super Deluxe. If you know, you know. So we walk in, order our food, chop it up with the boys, we finish eating and about to head back. I throw away my trash and go wait outside for the rest of my friends. And 2 seconds after I step outside, I hear, "Hey, yo, his dick is out."
Hey, yo, what the fuck?
Alright, pause. Now, when you're in a group of guys and you hear that, "Hey, yo," you better hope it's not about you. And now for a little context about the situation, I need to introduce you to the main character or the main victim, which will be named SCP-486. Now, SCP-486 was the one that constantly got bullied and targeted in our group. Dude was the victim of every roast session, and all my friends would plot evil, malicious pranks on him. And you might be sitting there thinking, you guys are some awful friends, which you be right. But however, he wasn't just picked on for no reason. See, the special thing about SCP-486 is that he is fatherless, meaning that he was the most annoying out of all of us. He would constantly take the being sus with the boys joke way too far and way too much. If I sat next to him in class, he will start rubbing his hand back and forth on my thigh and then give a nice firm squeeze.
Get the fuck out!
And so with his constant behavior, my friends would always get back at him when he's stepping over our boundaries. And with this prank, we got the ultimate payback. As I look back to see my friends laughing, just completely losing it. Wait, what happened? SCP-486 got pants with underwear and everything, and he's uncircumcised. Man, screw y'all, man. I'm never hanging out with y'all ever again, bro. Y'all are awful, man. So yeah, my friend had the great idea of pranking him by pulling his pants down when he was the most vulnerable. So later that day, after the cheek and bean incident, I mentioned how there were cameras in all corners of the restaurant, so bro was literally caught in 4K. And that was the last time he ever wore his Adidas track pants. But see, the thing about these assemblies is that everyone skipped, and I almost went my entire sophomore and junior year without going to a single one of them. And remember how I said technically we're not supposed to skip these assemblies? Well, the attendance of the assemblies went so low that the people who made them were like, what's the point of making these if no one's even showing up? And so for the next assembly day, today at 11 a.m. there will be a mandatory assembly. Anybody who gets caught skipping will be written up. And if the attendance of this assembly is low, we will be canceling all assemblies for the rest of the school year. So when it was time for the dismissal, I step out and people are already losing it. And I see kids left and right booking it to the nearest exit door only to get caught by security. But luckily, I meet up with my boys and we make it outside the building. And right after doing that, we see a security guard just spawn in out of thin air and just books it towards us. So me and my friends get hit with that fight, flight, or freeze. Dude is getting closer and closer, so We ran, but not all together. Half of my friend group just ran off to the field hoping that they won't get caught, and me and my other half of my friend group, we just ran back into the building hoping that we would just blend in with the rest of the students, leaving us with no choice but to attend the assembly. But surprisingly, none of us got caught. Splitting up into two groups was a pretty good idea to lose our wanted level. So walking into the assembly and it's already miserable. Not only is it packed shoulder to shoulder, you can't even turn around, but you're hungry and you want to leave and go home. Me and my friends take the last couple of seats on the bleachers and we watch as the principal trying to hype up the crowd.
Freshmen, make some noise. Sophomores, make some noise. Juniors, make some... Never mind.
And even after all of that, the assembly still got cancelled, because shortly after that, lockdown happened. To conclude this video, respect people's boundaries, go to your assemblies, and enjoy the time that you got left. Bye!